Hello, my name is Elizabeth Lopez. I'm from Downey High School, and I'm going to be sharing with you all the steps that I took in completing the process for this challenge and all the documentation that went into it. So let's get started. So the first part of this challenge that I'm just going to be jumping right into is the networking. So I'm going to be contacting 2 other people who have similar careers that I'm interested in, and just 2 other pathways that I just want to see their point of view from, and just ask them questions about the steps that may have led them to their career choice and what they're doing now with it. And I'm just really interested in it. So let's get started and see. So it's the next day, and I already got both of my responses from networking, which is awesome. And the point that I really wanted to communicate was any advice and wisdom and light that they had to shed upon me and share with me as someone who is, going to be freshly coming out of high school and going into the world, and going into internships and my possible future career, and just what led them to continue their path that led them to their career, despite all the struggles, and just what inspired them to continue. So the next part of this challenge that I'm going to be getting right into is filling out the resume. So I have had experience from filling out resumes for colleges and other competitions that we've previously competed in, but of course I'm going to be adding new things to it, such as new experience that I've had throughout this time, new skills that I feel like I've developed, and of course my awards and the other experiences that I've had in high school. So let's get into that part. Here is a quick time lapse of me working on a portion of my resume. Starting off my resume, we have my career objective, which is to be a mechanical engineer. And then moving forward, we have my education and also activities and honors, and also my leadership roles with being a part of those clubs, I feel like are a really big part of my identity as a high school student. And then we also have my technical skills that I've learned so much from freshman year to where I am now. And also, of course, projects and competitions. Another step in this challenge was attending the Zoom webinar, which I attended. And what really stuck out to me throughout that webinar was how all these people from different walks of life ended up to the careers that they are now. And I loved how they emphasized how whatever plan that we may think we are going to take, especially what college we're going to and how we're going to end up at the career that we want, how that may look a little different. The real outcome might look a little different than what we may be planning in our heads. And I just think it's so important to remember that, of course, we're going to have, people, our classmates or people that we've known who are going to be taking pretty similar routes that we are, but everyone's going to be taking it differently, and everyone is going to have their own challenges and have to do what is best for them. So I just loved how important it was that they made it to us that it's okay to not fulfill the plan that you originally had for yourself, because as long as you persevere and have hard work and just have a great heart and a good mindset towards it, then you'll be successful no matter what path you take. And wherever we end up, everything is going to turn out how it should be, and we all have a plan for us. So I love that part of the webinar. So the final step to this challenge that I need to complete is going to be the career brainstorming. So I'm really excited for this because I'm going to be able to write down all the experiences and what I've learned and gained throughout my high school career. And then on a second column, I'm going to be writing down what I see for myself in the future. So it's going to be really interesting seeing how I'm going to get to where I am now, and then to all the steps that I need to take to get to what I plan for myself in the future, and just seeing, everything in between and how I'm going to need to work for that, of course. And so it's going to be a really cool thing. So let's get into it. For my high school career, I incorporated the classes from my engineering pathway at my school that are really critical to the engineer that I become and everything I've learned. And then here I also have some other categories. This is the end of my documentation on all the steps of completing this challenge. I hope you all enjoyed watching how I kind of turned it into my own and my take on it and everything that went into it on my end for completing this challenge. I love this challenge so much because it really made me start to think further about my career and just dig even deeper into my future. So thank you so much, and I hope you all enjoyed watching my documentation process.